Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm a vegan life and wellness coach, and I wanted to talk about why now is the time to go vegan. So, I know a lot of us are kind of in limbo right now. We're waiting for everything to improve, to change, to be able to leave the house. And, I just wanted to talk about why it doesn't make sense to wait and how this might even make it easier. So I think one of the biggest things is, with anything in life, it doesn't make sense to wait. Just do it, just jump in. Another factor is the meat's all sold out. So if you can't buy the foods that you're used to buying, why not buy vegan alternatives or vegan staple foods? So a lot of staple foods are already by default vegan. So think rice, beans, pasta, canned veggies, frozen veggies, fresh, whatever, right? So it doesn't need to be complicated. And you can just kind of dive in. A lot of people already have this stuff in their home. And one of the biggest reasons that people kind of struggle with the idea of going vegan is the social stuff. What are they going to tell friends and family? Well, you don't have to tell them anything because you're not seeing them. How is it going to be when I go out, and what will I order, and are people going to make fun of me? We're not going out. A lot of people have the advantage of time. So it can be really hard when you first go vegan to talk to people about why you're doing it because you yourself don't know. So this is a great time to get educated, read books, watch movies, documentaries, and kind of figure out why you're doing it. So it's a great time to experiment, try things you haven't, and not worry about what everybody else is doing or thinks about it. And for people that don't know where to begin, Challenge 22 is a really great resource. It's a free Facebook group and you can join, and that's a 22-day challenge, and they'll kind of guide you through that and what it looks like. And of course, I do coaching. So if you really want one-on-one attention and you want to connect, I'm happy to help you do that. But there's definitely no reason to wait. And I know a lot of us we're struggling with the change in the norm. A lot of people have lost their jobs, which is of course really hard financially. But the good thing about a vegan diet is you don't have to buy those, high-end Beyond Meat products, ice creams, whatever, right? You can go with those staple foods that a lot of us have right now in our cupboards. Chickpeas, lentils, rice, all that stuff. I actually have a free downloadable list of a grocery checklist, and I can leave the link below for anybody that, maybe you're thinking about it and you just don't know where to begin. Why not now? You don't need to wait until things are good to consider change. I think another thing that's really important to talk about, and not everybody's talking about, is that, for example, the coronavirus and a lot of these viruses result from animals. So in this case, sure, it's the wet market in China, but we have swine flu, avian flu, all those things, and they originate more often than not on factory farms. And I know a lot of people are calling to have markets closed, and well, that's a great thing to call for. The biggest thing you can do to prevent something like this is to stop buying it. If you don't buy these things, there's no market. And if there's no market, they're not going to sell it, right? It's just supply and demand. People stop buying, they're going to move the money somewhere else, and they're going to supply different products. So while I know, you might think, well, I'm just one person. The same applies for voting. When you go out and vote in an election, you're one person, but that adds up. And so if we as a collective decide that we aren't buying these things anymore, while it won't eradicate disease, it will certainly prevent those breeding grounds, right? Those perfect conditions will not be so readily available because we don't want to do this again. We don't want this to become the new norm. And if we keep keeping animals in this situation and in the way that we have been, it will become the norm. Do it now. Why wait? What are you waiting for? Make the change when you're at home. You can kind of get your feet grounded and figure out what it is that you need to succeed. And you can experiment and you can fail, and you don't have to worry about those outside voices or going over to your mother-in-law's and eating dinner. You have the time to just kind of focus on you and your immediate family and what that looks like. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out. I'm happy to just chat. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.